What's up, guys? All right, I possibly have a new carry pistol for my rotation if I like how it shoots as good as I do the other one I have like this. Now, y'all probably know from the title of the video and the thumbnail, but I'm talking about the Shadow Systems CR920. I picked this thing up the other day. I got a heck of a deal on it. I believe they had it mispriced. I even told them they had it mispriced, and they said, oh no, that's the price. And I picked it up about $150 cheaper than you can buy it anywhere else. So I got a really, really good deal on this. This is the Elite. It does have the windows, the fluted barrel, the top serrations. This is the way it comes if you get the Elite from the factory. I've not shot it yet. These will be the first rounds through it, and I'll probably try it with the flush fit magazine. I did order several other magazines, so I have like 6 magazines on the table, all loaded. I'm gonna put several rounds through this today because, like I said, this could quickly become my new carry pistol. I shoot the MR920 great, probably better than any Glock I own, if I was guessing. Maybe not better than this one with that new Glock performance trigger, but I shoot my MR920 better than any other standard Glock. And part of the reason is these have a different grip angle than normal Glocks. When you bring them up, the sights are just right there. If anybody shoots a Glock, now if you shoot Glocks long enough, you'll get used to it and you'll bring it up and your sights will always be there. But if you've shot other guns like 1911s or M&Ps or something like that a lot, when you bring that Glock up, that sight is usually not going to be exactly where you want it. But with these, you can actually change the grip angles with the back straps. Maybe not, these don't come with back straps, but the MR920 actually comes with back straps, and you can change the grip angle on those guns. Instead of like a Glock where it just gets fatter, the Shadow Systems actually changes the angle. You can have it more like a 1911 or an M&P, or you can have it like a Glock, whatever you're used to. Again, these don't come with back straps, but I feel like, you know, I feel like it's more like the MR920. I don't run a back strap on the MR920, and this don't have one either. And when I bring this up, that side is just right there. But enough rambling. This gun is beautiful, and I want to put some rounds to it. I've not even sighted in the optic or nothing. I just wanted to save the first rounds for you guys so I can actually give you a first impressions. Again, I'm going to shoot 10 rounds through the flush fit, talk about that a little bit. I'll probably put 10 rounds through the 13 rounders that come with it, because you get a 10 and a 13, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Before we get into that, let's look at the trigger. Now, one difference I did notice about this and the MR920 is this has a polymer trigger, which ain't a big deal. Glocks have had polymer triggers since they came out, but the MR920 does come with an aluminum trigger, and I feel like the aluminum trigger is just a little bit better on my MR920. Now, that gun has, I don't know, 700 or 800 rounds through it now with no malfunctions, and but it still feels a little better. The reset on the MR920 is definitely shorter than the CR, but let's go ahead and look at this. All right, so we're pulling it down. It's got some take up right there. You hit that wall, it breaks. It's a crisp break. It's a good break, but the reset, we're going, and then it hits. Not the quickest reset I've ever seen, but certainly not the worst reset. But I do believe the MR is a little bit quicker to reset than this is. But that's not always a horrible thing. But on a carry gun, I do like a quick reset. I really like how SIG does their quick resets and their factory triggers if you get a gun that has it in it. One other thing I want to talk about is this actually comes with an aluminum, or not aluminum, it's a steel. It's a steel mag release, and that is because these mags are steel. They're steel mags. They're not polymer like the Glocks. They're more like the S15 mags, the shield arms for the 43X. And you have to have a metal mag release for that, so you don't have to worry about swapping that out or anything. I could have sworn that the first one I picked up had a polymer mag release, and it didn't feel great, because I looked at these when they first come out, and I didn't buy one because how bad the mag release was. I was like, that's horrible, but I could have swore it was polymer. I could be wrong about that, but I thought the first ones were polymer. You know, The MR920s are polymer, but they run Glock mags in those, whereas this one has a proprietary mag. These will not run in other things. This is just this gun's magazine. It's proprietary. That's why I had to order, you know, extras. But the magazines aren't horribly priced. They're like a little over $30, $32, $34. So they're not horrible, a little bit more expensive than Glock, but they are, like I said, steel. But enough rambling, let's get to shooting. Okay guys, we've got 10 rounds in a flush fit magazine. One thing I would like to say too, is these magazines, even with the slide closed, go in really easy. There's a lot of guns that you fully load a magazine, you really have to seat that magazine, like slam it in there, and you should do that all the time anyway. But I noticed sometimes they're a little harder to get in. This one just goes right in. So that is a plus. They're not horrible to load. I had one that had a spot in it that wanted to stick. I don't know what that was. I don't know if there was something just sticking out of the follower or something and got caught on something, maybe broke off. But it was sticking about the 5th round, and after it broke, they all went in perfectly fine. I'm not, like I said, I don't know what was inside the mag causing it to stick, but I kind of forced it on in. Everything went great after that. But if we have a magazine that malfunctions, that very well could be the one. Okay guys, now I want you to look at this. It has a little place right here that kind of comes, like turns out, and it locks into my finger pretty good. So even though this pinky is just flopping around and nowhere, I just kind of tuck it up underneath it. I can still manage the recoil really good. And with this stippling, it's great. It locks into your hand, actually better than a Glock. And I want to say it's not so rough that I think it will rub your skin and cause irritation. But it's right there on that fine line where it's almost perfect. They do have a little bit of a thumb ledge right here, if you can see that. It's not real defined, but it does have, you know, some stippling on it, which will help you keep that recoil down and help you actually manage that recoil a little bit better and give you somewhere as like a memory spot to throw your gun up or throw your thumb up to when you bring the gun up. So that way you hit the same spot every single time. Not that once you've shot a lot that won't happen, but this just does kind of aid in that as well. So let's grab a 13 rounder. We'll put, you know, 10 or 13, I can't remember how many. I load all these mags up. I think I load 13 of them. So we'll put 13 through them. And then I'm gonna cut the camera off and actually sight in the optic. And then I'll come back and put a few more rounds through it and let you know what I think. All right, guys, now you can see the 13 rounder is just a 10 rounder. It actually says 10 rounds on it, but they put a base plate extension on it from the factory. And when you insert this, it actually gives you a full grip. And this is actually one of the best extensions on a magazine that I've ever seen. Some of them makes it feel awkward where your hand feels a little weird on the gun. This one just flows through and it fits really, really well. I also want to show you this one. When you shut the slide, it goes in, no problem. This one actually goes in easier than the 10 rounder does, and it's fully loaded to 13 rounds. So without further ado, let's put 13 rounds through it and see how it feels with a 13 round mag in it, with the extended mag. And I have a feeling this is going to be much better. But for carry purposes, I would always carry the 10 rounder more than likely in it because of flush fit, and it would print less, and then a 13 rounder as a backup. Okay guys, again, that was way more controllable. I could double tap them, pretty much keep them all in that 8-inch shooting C. It is shooting a little left because I hadn't sighted this in yet. But they're all right there, and that says a lot for a little pistol. Like I said, the recoil is more manageable with the 13 round magazine, of course, because you can get a full grip on it. And I think I'll be able to shoot this as good as I do its big brother, the MR920. But I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'm gonna go ahead and sight this optic in, get it dialed in, and then we'll come back. We will put, you know, a few more magazines through it, and I'll probably stretch it out to 40 yards. That's a pretty long way for a little 3-inch pistol, But I have confidence in this thing that I believe I can still do it, especially with an extended magazine. We may try it with both. All right, guys, I want to say I'm up to about 50 rounds through this thing, just getting excited and getting a feel for the trigger and stuff like that. So I put about 50 rounds through it, just kind of getting used to it. Accuracy has been a little sporadic. I think I've got it dialed in now. I did torque my optic on. Everything was torqued right and optic's not loose. But it was a little sporadic. And like I said, I think I've got it. I do want to say, out of 50 rounds, this puppy is hot. Whoo, it's hot. Hotter than a lot of other pistols I've seen with 50 rounds through it. Because I put about 50 rounds through this earlier, and it didn't get nowhere near this hot. Not saying that's a bad thing or not. I'm just giving y'all a heads up. That slide is pretty warm down here on the muzzle end. Also, I had two malfunctions, 2 failures to feed. I didn't video that. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Even out of the very last magazine, it very well could have been the magazine that I was having an issue with, but I think, if I'm not wrong, that it was 2 separate magazines that had the same issue. But that last magazine I used, it had a malfunction. I cleared it. I put the round back in the magazine because I was just getting used to the trigger. I put the magazine back in here. I dropped the slide, had the same malfunction a second time. I put the round back in the magazine, put it back in here, dropped the slide, it run perfect. So technically, I guess I've had 3 malfunctions. 2 of them was on the same round, but I had 2 malfunctions so far. Let's load up a couple more magazines, put a few more rounds through this. Maybe check accuracy, because I've been having a little trouble with the accuracy part with this little bitty thing, and maybe it's just the small gun, maybe it's just me. But I was way more accurate when I first started shooting this little thing than I am right now. And it was way off. It wasn't even like I was just pulling it a little bit. I could probably buy into it was me if I was pulling it a little bit. But I would hit the bullseye, and then I would hit like 4 inches low. And then I would hit like 3 inches, low and left. And I'm like, I know I'm not pulling off that far. There's no way I'm pulling off 6 inches. Now, I'm not saying it's all the gun. I'm sure some of that's me, and maybe it's just where it's small and I can't get a good grip on it. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm struggling a little bit, and I've had 3 malfunctions out of it. Hopefully that goes away, because I do like how this feels. I have stuck it in my QVO tactical holster. This is a 43X holster, and these will fit it. So I do like how it feels with this little bit short grip. You can't even see it. It barely even prints at all. But I am going to put several more rounds through it before I trust it to actually carry it, because maybe this is just the break-in period. I know some of these had some issues when they first come out, and I'm hoping mine's not one of them. Shadow Systems actually, I think, replaced all the barrels in some of the first ones that come out. So hopefully they got that fixed, and this is just a break-in thing and not a actual barrel or gun related issue. But the bullet just lodges up and just won't feed. But I'm gonna load up several more magazines, put several more rounds through it on camera, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. But before I do that, we're also gonna back it out. I told y'all I'd back it out to the 42-ish yards, and we'll see how it does back there, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, guys, I got 3 more magazines loaded up. We're gonna put 3 more magazines through it. We'll check accuracy, and then we'll back it out to 40 yards, 42 yards. All right, guys, we went through those fairly quickly, some of them. No jams with this. We're getting up close to the 100 round mark now with what I put through it off camera and on camera. Probably around the 85 range, 85 to 90 range if I was guessing. So maybe it's starting to break in a little bit, or maybe it is just that one magazine. It is extremely hot after that last pretty rapid 36 rounds. So let's throw up a shoot and see, and we'll see what kind of accuracy we can get out of this. That's warm. And then we'll back it out to 40. It's even hot back here now. We'll back it out to 42 yards. So let me get that put up, and let's see what we can do. Okay guys, again, this little thing has been a little sporadic today on accuracy. We are going to use the extended magazine so I can get a little bit better grip on it. But let's just see how we do at about 10 yards with 124 grain Blazer brass. All right guys, this is not the most accurate pistol I've fired, and we may do this again, but my first shot was way down here, and then the other four came up here. Not pleased with that. I have had better accuracy with this, but the accuracy with this seems to come and go a little bit, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just where it's getting so hot. Maybe that's affecting the barrel a little bit. I've never had that really happen before. But we're definitely going to do this again. Maybe try to slow it down just a little bit and focus a little more. We'll see if we can do better. All right, take two. I'm gonna take credit for one of these. It was probably me. I probably jerked the trigger. It's that fast shot I took. It was over here, but everything else was right here. That was definitely me. The other four inside here, maybe it is me. Maybe I'm just jerking the trigger on that little gun with that short, length of pull. Let's do that one more time. I know it's his third time. I'm showing you all these, but let's do that one more time, because now I'm just curious. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just need to keep shooting it to get used to it. But four of those shots were right there, and the fifth one was off. All right, guys, take three. The last one wasn't bad. I jerked that one. Maybe we'll do a little better on the third time. Maybe third time is actually the charm. Maybe not. All right, guys, I want to say I'm disappointed in this pistol. And it may be me, but look where this grouping's at. The other one's up here, and this grouped way down here. And I'm not understanding why it's shifting 3 inches. I've never had a problem, once I got, especially an optic sighted in, with my pattern dropping 3 inches. That's frustrating, because I really, really want to like that gun, but I really, really am having a problem with my accuracy. And that may not look too bad from here, but when you back that out to 40 yards, that's going to drop pretty far. So I'm probably going to fool with this gun a little bit more, try to see if it's me or actually the gun, and then we'll back it back out to 40 yards. All right, guys. This gun's just been giving me a fit. I've never seen a pistol that my accuracy fluctuates as much as this little shadow system is. I don't know what's causing it. It may just be me. But I've got a lot of other small pistols that I don't have that problem with. Well, I told you we was going to back it out to 40 yards, and I seem to have forgot my magazine, so I gotta go get that. But we're going to do it and just see how many times I miss from here. All right, guys, so I didn't change the way I was pulling the trigger, and I didn't change where I was holding on the target, but only 3 rounds out of 10, or 4 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds out of 10, you all be able to count, I wasn't keeping count, hit the target. I just have a hard time thinking that I am that far off with this pistol. I actually have a G43X that I'm gonna put some rounds in, and I'm gonna bring it back here and shoot it because I think that's comparable to this. And let's just see if I'm that far off or if this is that far off. I really, really wanted to like this pistol, but maybe it's just not for me. All right, guys, I got my 43X right here, MOS, 10 rounds in the Shield Arms mag. And I'm just curious if it's me or if it's that pistol. Oh, it's too bright. All right, that was 10 out of 10 with this pistol. And some of it was fairly quick shooting. I don't think it's me. I think something with that pistol is causing it to be inaccurate. The accuracy's fluctuating, and I don't know what would cause that. I've proven that I can hit that target in several videos, but not with that pistol. And I've proven in other videos that I can put groups on target, maybe not in this big area, but definitely, you know, inside that A zone on that shooting seat. And I can't consistently do it with that pistol. Maybe that pistol just doesn't fit my hands, or maybe there's something not right with that pistol. Let me give you my final thoughts. Okay, guys, final thoughts time. I really, 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 really wanted to like this pistol because I really, 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 really like my MR920, and I shoot my MR920 amazingly. It is a great gun. Recoil is soft. Love the trigger pull. Everything is great. But I'm not that shooter with this pistol. I took another small pistol and showed I could hit that target at 40 yards 10 out of 10 times. 3 out of 10 times with this. I really wanted to like this gun, and I really wanted to carry this gun. I wanted this to be a carry pistol because it is so small, and I had high expectations for it because of my MR920. I like the aesthetics of it. It's comfortable, especially with the 13 round magazine in it. But it is not for me. Now, maybe you'll be able to shoot it better than I can, but I cannot do it. It's just, I'm not accurate with it at all. And for me, the accuracy fluctuates. It's all over the place. And there again, from what I've seen with other pistols that I own and what you've seen in other videos, I just don't think it's me. And there again, I don't know what could be wrong with the pistol to cause it to do that. So I still have to believe back that it's me, because most pistols just won't fluctuate accuracy like this one does. But I proved I could do it with the other one. So I don't know. I will never carry this pistol. I don't even know if I will keep this pistol. The malfunctions went away at about 80 rounds or so. And it just seemed to start functioning after that. No hiccups. I just can't hit with it. So sadly enough, this pistol will probably get traded in for something else, and maybe somebody else will be able to actually hit with it better than I can. But for me, that's a no-go. I'll take everything off of it and probably take it in and trade it for something else. I don't know what else I will get. There's really nothing on the market that really just says, hey, come by me right now. But I'm sure I'll find something. But this is going to go. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you own one of these, tell me if you've ever had issues like this, or if you've had any kind of malfunctions like I had, and if those went away like mine did. And let me know if you carry one of these. I think it was getting reliable enough at the end to probably carry, because I went through 40 rounds or more with no hiccups. The first 40 rounds had a few, the next 40 was working out fine. I would have put several 100 more rounds through it before I would have trusted to carry it. But I do believe the malfunctions worked themselves out, but the accuracy for me just did not. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm sorry that this gun didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and a lot of you probably wanted it to. But there again, maybe you'll have better luck with yours. Appreciate y'all watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Sometimes disappointments happen, and that's called life. We'll see you next time.